asking about we didn't really explicitly say it, but I feel like we're kind of like toeing around like the intersection of like art and like the sacred and things like that. And for me, I think a big part of it is that I kind of picked this up from Hermeticism, which is kind of a it's kind of like a very vague folder. I would honestly say like Hermeticism is kind of like a meme. It's not really like one thing, but that's a whole other thing to go into.
Yeah.
But some random guy was saying that we think of like the relationship between man and God as, like God made the world and then now humans are like sort of cut out collage style and like glued onto this painting. But this guy was saying, I'm not saying this is the Christian view, but maybe a tiny bit, but he was saying that God made the world, but then kind of left a little bit like undone, and then humans step into that space and have like room to like work a little bit.
Mm.
And whether or not that's like, biblical or not, that kind of is how I think of things in a way. Like, when I'm making art, it becomes like part of the universe and it's a way of like participating in creation. And then if you infuse that with a theological worldview, like an architect
Mm.
making a really great church, I mean, that becomes part of God's creation. So in this
Yeah.
weird way that sounds maybe like a little blasphemous, but isn't really because you could be humble about it. Like when humans create things, we're participating in the act of perpetually unfolding creation that we inhabit also. It's this weird loop where we're participating in the creation that we inhabit. And I think
Yeah.
playing with that feedback loop becomes like very powerful and almost becomes like an esoteric thing, like in and of itself.
Yeah. It's like the Imago Dei, like we're made in the image of God and God creates, and so we create. I mean, I don't
Totally.
think it's sorry, did you want to jump in?
No, yeah, totally. No, yeah, I agree.
It seems like there's a role we play in it, you know. Um and our role is, I think, sometimes more important than we maybe give ourselves credit for.